Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now this time what we're making are these fantastic hot cross buns for Easter. These are beautifully spiced, fresh out of the oven, get some butter on there, absolutely fantastic. Now quite a bit of stuff to make these and I've got it all over here. I'm going to run through exactly what we do have and how much all of this costs, and I'll tell you how much an individual hot cross bun will cost. Okay, now to begin with we have 190 ml of milk, which is 12 pence. We've got one packet of dried yeast at 8 pence. We have 320 grams of strong flour or bread flour at 22 pence. We have 55 grams of sugar at 6 pence. We have 100 grams of sultanas or any other type of mixed fruit that you might like, and that's going to be 22 pence. We want 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and we want 1 teaspoon of allspice. Now again, slight alteration here. I'm using a ground mixed spice because that's what I had on the shelf. Each of those 4 pence each. We want the zest of 1 orange, that's going to be 19 pence for the orange. We want 1 egg at 14 pence, 25 grams of softened butter at 19 pence. That's for the buns themselves. Now to put the mark on the top of them, we want 35 grams of plain flour and a little water, and then we're going to do a lovely sugar wash on top of them. Excellent sticky hot cross buns are going to be fantastic. So we need a little bit more sugar, which is another 2 pence. So if we put all of that stuff together, we have got £1.34, and we're going to get 6 beautiful hot cross buns out of that, making each hot cross bun 22 pence each. Right, this is basically a bread recipe, so let's get started with that. To begin with, we are going to bloom the yeast in the milk. So I'm going to stick the milk in the pan, and I'm going to put that on the hob for just about 5 minutes. We just want it lukewarm. That time to heat a little, as I say, just lukewarm. Put your finger in it. It'll be lukewarm. That's good to go. Into that we're going to add this packet of yeast, and with that I'm just going to put a teaspoon of this sugar. Now I want to stir all that up, get it all well mixed together, and then we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes just until it blooms, so that we're confident that the yeast is active. Okay, the yeast has bloomed beautifully and we've got everything else we need here to get this dough together. So first of all we're going to get the flour in there, and as I say, that is 320 grams of strong bread flour. To that we can add the sugar, then we can add the dried fruit, then we can add the melted butter, we have a beaten egg to go in there, and we have 1 teaspoon of this ground cinnamon. That's it there, very good. And we have a teaspoon of ground mixed spice, or allspice. There is indeed allspice in ground mixed spice, but as I say, this is all I had to hand, so that will do just fine. Now, next thing we want to do is zest this orange and get the zest into the mix. And then last but not least, we want our bloomed yeast and milk mixture. So we'll get that in there. Now, we're going to bring all this together into a dough. This will probably be quite a wet, sticky dough to begin with. If we need to add a little bit more flour, that'll be okay. I got a bit of flour on my hands. We're going to bring this together and get it out onto the board. Again, this will stiffen up and become much smoother when we start the kneading process. We want a little more flour on our hands, and now we are going to knead this for a good 10 minutes. As I say, if you have a stand mixer with a dough hook, you can do it in there, but I do prefer kneading bread by hand, and we want 10 minutes of this. And you'll see when we come back, this will be a much stiffer, less sticky dough. And after 10 minutes or so of kneading, you can see that's springing back from itself. It's gone a lot less sticky, not sticky at all actually, and ready to go in the bowl for its first proving. So I've got a little bit of oil in here. I'm going to spread that around the bowl. I'm going to pop the dough in the bowl, cover it with a tea towel, and we're going to leave it somewhere just warm, really nice and warm, for about 1 hour, and then we'll come back. And here we are about an hour later. I'm going to make these in this small tray here. I think I'll get 6 of them in there. They may not be entirely square, maybe an oblong shape, but they'll be the same, they'll taste the same, you know. So just put some lard on that, and now we can reveal the dough, and that has doubled in size very nicely. So we're going to get this back out onto our board, and we're just going to knock all of the built up gases out of that, which is just a few folds pressed down on it. That'll do it, you know. Okay, looking good. Now we're going to cut in half, and we'll just see how big these are. If they're too big for that tin, we could make them a little smaller and just make more of them, or however we choose to go. So we want this into thirds at this point. And again, for me, this is, I'm just doing this very roughly. You can weigh these obviously and get them all exactly the same if that's the way you wish to go. But as I say, the artisan look for me works out okay. So there we have 6 more or less equal pieces. And looking at that tin, there's going to be a squeeze for it, but I'll have a go. Right, so I want to just make these into rounds, just fold them in under themselves like that. And we've got one in the tin there, and this one the same. That one can go in there. Now what happens with this is we have a second proving to do, and after the second proving we'll get the crosses on these. So I'm going to set this aside for another about 45 minutes. We'll see how that all looks. Now whilst they are continuing with their second proving, what I'm going to do is make up some of this, really it's just flour and water, which we use to put the cross across the hot cross bun. To be fairly stiff, and I'm going to pipe this on with a piping bag. This glass I'm going to put just a couple of teaspoons, sorry, a couple of these dessert spoons, I think these are, of sugar, a little bit of water. We'll mix that up, and this is going to be a glaze just for the top of them. Now I'm just going to do the piping with this temporary sort of piping bag, and I'll see if I can get some of this mixture into the bag. Now we just need to get it down to the bottom of the bag, and the best way to do that is just cut a little piece of the bottom of that off. I'm just going to leave it there for now, and we're going to get the buns and finish them off. Now to put this on, what I'm going to do is just pipe it across this way. Thank you, Isla. Yes, you're going to enjoy one of these, Isla. And then we can pipe across this way. And I'm telling you, there is just enough. Thank you, Isla. There was just enough of that in the bag. They're looking yummy. Right, they're going to go into the oven at 180 degrees. They're going to stay there for about 15 minutes. I'm going to check on them after 12, see how they're looking, and then we'll get them out and finish them off. Look at them. They've had about 17 minutes in the oven, and they look, and I've got to tell you, the smell, fantastic. Now, we're going to let them cool before taking a taste, but there's one other thing to do, and that is to get our sugar and water mix here on a brush, and just brush the top of them. Look at that. But I'm going to let them cool, we'll split them apart, see what they're like, and we'll have one more or less fresh out of the oven with some nice butter on it. They do smell marvellous, by the way. Okay folks, look at this. Homemade hot cross bun, fresh out of the oven, still a little bit warm. Cut it in half, get some butter on, and we're going to have a taste. But look at the texture of this. This has risen beautifully. It's a really light, sort of fluffy texture. It's got that sugar glaze over the top. These are going to be marvellous. Right, I'll just cut this in half, and I'm going to spread some of this butter on there. A little bit more, I think. You can never have too much butter on your hot cross buns. Now, I'll tear a piece of that off. The texture of this is fantastic. That is delicious. You can taste the spices in there. The butter is just melting into it. As I say, it's still a little bit warm from the oven. Truly delicious and relatively simple to make. A little bit of kneading time, a little bit of proving time, but the end result is well worth all of that, believe me. And this whole recipe, of which I got 6 substantial hot cross buns, actually they're very deep. The whole recipe cost £1.34, making each one of these beautiful hot cross buns 22p each. Right, I'm going to try a little piece of the top piece of this. Quite sticky in the hand actually, but that's how a hot cross bun should be. Look at this. That is absolutely superb. So there it is. That's how to make your own hot cross buns for Easter. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, preparing delicious food at home, always on a budget, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. And as I say, with Easter coming up, if you get the chance, do make yourself some of these. And I thank you very much for watching.